how are you? And welcome to Road Odyssey. I am Burke. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. And with that, please subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are great. And the topic of the day is my 2005 base model Corvette.
It has been one of my favorite go through the country sports cars.
So I am considering keeping it or selling it. So it's a first year model 2005 C6 Corvette. Now, just because it's a first year model doesn't mean it's a piece of junk.
With a little bit of research, you can find out that this car is not on the absolute worst Corvettes ever made list. And you'll see some controversy as to what people think of this car, but generally it's still very good.
This has got the LS2. It's a very nice engine. Now, the back ends of these Corvettes are known to be a little weaker than the following years, but it's still a very good car. Me personally, zero problems.
Okay, it's been towed off twice, but they're for reasons to be expected.
And I'll qualify that statement by saying that, yes, things have broken that are known, I guess you would say issues. You know how every car has got their little quirks, the things that just kind of go blink and just create disaster for you in the middle of the road. So I've had a couple of issues. No big deal, not super high dollar. So although I made one a high dollar issue, I'll get into that in a little bit. So, do I sell it or do I keep it? That's what this is all about.
I'm inviting you to give me your opinion.
The reasons I hesitate to sell the car is because it's my first Corvette, so sentimental reasons. I love the C6s.
This is my number one reason to not sell the car. I really do love it.
Fantastic body style. For me, it's my second favorite body style. I also like the C3s. Fantastic cars as well. And the older ones before the C3s. Anyway, so the car's been paid for. I bought it outright for 17 grand about four and a half years ago.
I find it hard to give up a nice car that's paid for.
It's been personalized in terms of my desired modifications, and it still runs great. It is fast.
It is customized tastefully, and I feel like these modifications are things that most people would really like to have. Here it is on the dyno, doing very well in front of a lot of Mustang people.
Those are some of the reasons why I hate to sell it. Sentimental, paid for, modified, and runs well. The reasons why I am thinking about selling it is I don't need three sports cars.
As you can see in this picture, we've had a C5, there's the C6, the Camaro, and the GT86. And again, here's the 2016 C7 that we had as well.
We have this Corvette, my wife's Jaguar F-Type, and I've got the 2020 Corvette.
So here's the current lineup with the Jaguar, the C6, and the C8.
I don't need two Corvettes. I mean, it's redundant. So, you know, I like variety. If I have two Corvettes, I'd rather have one and something else. So anyway, and then my third reason for selling it is I'm working on the house and I would like to take the money from the Corvette and pump it into the house.
This 1897 Queen Anne needs a lot of loving care up here on the front porch that I'm currently rebuilding.
So those are my reasons for selling it. I want to go over in this video what's good about the Corvette, what's bad, the modifications, what it needs right now, like oiling, the plugs checked, or anything like that. What the fair market value is assumed to be right now, and what my estimated value of the car is. So let's look into this stuff and see what we got.
It is very unlikely that this is going to be a collectible car anytime soon. There were over 26,000 of these made. My Corvette has a little over 103,000 miles. I take it twice a year approximately to 21st Century Muscle Cars in Addison, Texas for checkups, oil changes, and things of that nature. I will get into the condition of the car a little bit more later on, but for right now you can see the car is in pretty decent shape for being at least 16, 17 years old. Patina on the outside, scrapes on the bumper, things like that. The interior is in pretty decent condition, so not overly worn. And the trunk is very nice as well too. Plenty of space and clean. It cruises very well. 0 to 60 is blazingly fast. Can cruise at 120 plus without a problem. Top speed for this car shouldn't be over 140 miles an hour because it will want to fly into the air, and it can take 0.7 lateral G's on turns perfectly fine. I've done 0.8 plus G's with this car and it's handled very well, and it drives as straight as an arrow. This Corvette has a few decent features. It has the navigation system. So here I am operating it here. It also has the heads-up display, which is configurable. So you can get different types of readouts on it. It also has the dual zone AC system, which is very nice. Moving on to fixes and repairs. I have taken the door handles apart and cleaned them, as well as replacing one of the push buttons from the inside to open the door. The shifter cable from the shifter back to the transmission has been replaced. The hood struts have been replaced. The rear hatch struts have also been replaced. Time for the customizations, which some have come by way of repairs. First are the DBA 4000 Series T3 rotors, very nice, along with Hawk brake pads. Moving around back is the MagnaFlow catback exhaust system. This gives it a nice warm rumble. Here I'm looking again at the catback exhaust from MagnaFlow, X-pipe, high flow cats, and the long tube headers. Also up underneath here is a RPM level 5 racing transmission. So the transmission went out and decided to replace it with this. It is wonderfully fast. It's got MSD plug wires and Dynatech long tube headers. A fairly new battery, and an air raid cold air intake. You may have noticed it has new wheels, and it's also got fairly new Pilot Sport all-season tires all the way around, and new sway bar links. Didn't really need them, but just wanted to update it anyway. Let's move next to repairs and maintenance needed. I ripped off the front license plate bracket, so that's got to be repainted. Headlights need repair work. They are frosting over and just don't look too good on this driver's side. As I said before, there are scrapes and bonks up underneath. Don't know if that really bothers anybody. I don't see it. Doesn't bother me. The e-brake boot needs to be replaced or repaired. And last off, I have a tire pressure sensor that needs a battery or replacement, and that's pretty much it. Let's start talking about the value of this 2005 base Corvette, knowing that it's not one of the worst ones out there. Cars.com gives it a 4.7 out of 5 stars. It's a fairly comfortable car. The interior design, well, you know, that's all up to opinion. Most people don't like the interiors of Corvettes, but this has got leather seats and all that. It's decent. Performance is very, very good. Value for the money is fantastic. The exterior styling is nice. You know, that's still opinion. And the reliability is very, very good. This car is solid. Kelley Blue Book agrees. Value, quality, reliability, styling, comfort, performance, all that, pretty much in the same ballpark. Does it have a good resale or trade-in value? No, it's a regular Corvette base. It is not going to be a collectible car, not for a very, very, very long time, if ever. This base model originally sold at an MSRP of a little over $40,000. Divide that in half, the car might now be in the ballpark of around 20 grand in value. Inserting all my information into the Edmunds appraisal report, we get about $14,000. Doing the same with Kelley Blue Book, here again, about $14,000. So here I am on Car Gurus, one of the sites that I looked at to see what 2005 coupes were selling for. And in this case, you'll see all of these cars are between almost 60,000 miles and 127,000 miles. And they're still selling for about 17 grand to 24 grand. I played a little game. I took the $14,000 from Kelley Blue Book and Edmunds. I reduced the $14,000 by the headlights not being that great, parking brake boot, needs an oil change, cold air intake needs to be cleaned, front bumper paint, things like that. So I dropped the new base price of this Corvette to theoretically about 12 grand. Knowing that Corvettes are selling for more right now, I added some money because they're just hot commodities right now. Also, I've got a very nice set of rotors and brakes, cold air intake, the wheels, transmission, cam, exhaust. Lots of bits and pieces of this car are virtually brand new with very low miles on them. So I add back several $1,000s to this car because of that. In my opinion, this car should sell for $18,000. Now I can go a little lower than that, but I really feel like I would hurt myself if I tried to sell it for less than $18,000 at the moment. So tell me what y'all think. Do you think I'm in the right area? Do you have a C6 Corvette that you're trying to sell or that you have sold? And how much did you get for it?
All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And I would like any feedback from you guys and gals. It's a hard decision. I've collected guitars and I've sold almost all of them. I wish I had them now because they were worth a fortune. We collect antiques, as you can see kind of all around here. We are antique people because we find that when you buy something that is fairly collectible or good, you can at least resell it and get some of your money back, as opposed to taking it to the dump or calling the Goodwill, Salvation Army, or whoever to come pick it up, or just have a cheap garage sale for a couple of bucks. So we do like things of value that we can get our money back out of. So anyway, I would really like y'all's feedback and what y'all think. So with that, relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.